Now, to your host, Kwaka Annan, spread the fire. This is Hawk TV.
Hello, I am Kwaka Annan, and this is Ghana Speaks, brought to you by Hawk Investigations Company. Contact the PI on 020-784-1980. Let's get started. Your Global Market Square introduces you to the fastest way of marketing and showcasing your product across the superhighway. Kojo Awono, the engineer of our time, soon to take over your screens. And of course, if you want to acquire or secure your home or buy a house, any of them, they can assist you. And again, if you want borehole or if you want a galvanized metallic gate, anything Kojo Awono is capable of getting it for you, including the state-of-the-art kitchen to be constructed in your home. Kojo Awono would get this done for you. Ghana Speaks Airborne tonight. And in there, in some way, this is also a special edition. But then before, Ghana Speaks is proudly powered by Hawk Investigations. Dear Wakofao products, no master products and counterfeit, no best one the best sell. Good market no so just good market no so good grand one no. In the Pekubia, even from some syndicated criminals, women have access to their own information and they blackmail across the information superhighway, internet, Facebook, and every brave. And them near the day. Maybe I make us say one in the papers so share worry and not be visa, but you need to know the families. So me busabe. Me na necessary be to me share. Investigations about them. The investigations go beyond levels. Ninaranum. A Hawk Investigations PI for one share amount. Meno can say Hawk for SA Bomodiana contact almost 020-784-1980. My main kind of quick zero. Baby, na mo friend number see, but when you ready see any mama, me pacho men disturbing number no. Baby, mo friend then. Office will be compelled to call back. Your friends who are monfa numbers and monfa call as a hardware. Unye radio, don't call the number, a operational number. Today be an Ayashi. Kojo I want also able take you over with screens. Now what so but more than a funny number no. Yenye kitchen mount, upifi ato, yensi diamond, emunya hina wohwe, obeni na obesi boho kra e the amount. And then also, say what dinosaurs see me and forget kasi Antoine Kojo no say bepam metallic. The operative word near galvanized, a galvanized metal near the constructed gate na state of the art kitchen the NDF fanakwa bibre any year kitchen amomwa a senevata. So Kojo Awono takes over your screens in a jiffy. Then your babaka Ghana Speaks will be airborne with tonight's edition, very special edition coming to you shortly. Stick and stay. I am Kwaka Annan and I'll be back.
It's a very good thing about burgers. I'm so impressed on telephone. Okay. Oh, Freya, oh, yes. Oh, Freya, no fine. But let me ask Sancho. Okay. Because you're London, now Bagana. Oh, Freya, now London. London, one hour what's now. Do you know me power London? Okay. It's in New Cross. Okay. I'm going to buy. Now, he's so nice and friendly. The moment I'm going to moon or fall sending me or by the amount. Okay, biogas. Okay. Or fall sending me until no doesn't you didn't come on normal. No, I can't. No more pictures. Okay. Just say, I'm almost starting personal. Not the promise job was so bad.
Okay.
Because there was no washing machine,
okay.
no sink. Just a jump on your and come on.
Okay.
But biogas, a teeny actually. And you pumping work.
Okay.
And then we were Ghana.
Okay.
We were washing machine.
Okay.
I went to washing machine. Now, I'm going to give me a moment gas.
Okay.
And you said the one in Ghana, and can you want to know? Yeah. And I will press the I will try Bagana. I will try Bagana. You want to design it. I had it be a man. Oh, one check. Almost a just so happy. Must have it young. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. I see. We see kind of check. Okay. This kind of manner. And more women to this over you see. Very good. Very good. Very good. Oh, okay. Very good. And you're kitchen for bra. Oh, yeah. And you're kitchen for I am the sitting room. Sitting room. Sitting room. Arrangement. Everything. I just screen so you see. Nina, biogas. Trust and believe in biogas. Oh, yeah, especially people workers on me so nice and friendly. And they go to workers in the bar, who are my workers in the fee. Mr. Mayanisa, being workers in now, open on the other, and no more chance, mom to create yes. Okay.
Welcome back, and this is Ghana Speaks, and I am Kwaku Annan. Tonight, we're coming to you live on your screens and of course across the global space in a very special area. And of course tonight here, we're coming to you from this location called Landima Restaurant. Landima Restaurant. Womo ene boy chidom men the program bro. Last week mobile your co-location means so your tonkra a phrase Kwaku unu team no mobile program ewa. This is the power of media. This is the power of the Hawk investigations. This is the power of Hawk TV. Ayana big kind of Kwakuna then I want to studio na fairness na there's a what yes and say Bibri at Tonkra at the friend near the other. May a friend and Tobacco Sami and Kwana. Tonight's program is being powered, of course, by Landima restaurant for Womona Air Power. And see as I was sharing to say yenye children kwakwa na Landima restaurant edwumako be a womo edwumako womo ye aduane special food ebusua me maka say special food ni de betwa na say oba na obedidie woti ase oba na obedidie. Landima restaurant, of course, womo went to local and continental dishes. Now my mefa wonko local dishes ni be ebi ye to say fufu ebesi fufu na ya ne kama yeguso nam de daso abenkwan katenkwan me ade krakra aponchinam ewirimnam nkrantie nkusie obedidi ma hwato ketri enye bebia na edidi sao enye bebia na edidi but I Kwaku amete we are where what is so pense me nyobi a sebe edidi abonten but we will be special am betumi den ene number 4 eton sadi didi ebi na neme no e ka ho asana. Landima restaurant is located womo eyenuan maminin kanka local dishes no be fufu benku tuzafi konkonte Nigerian foods etc. ni na omo ye wa na eba continental food no so a continental na jollof rice, plain rice, assorted fried rice, French fries, vegetable rice etc. and I think to delivery services so say bana say bia ya ye aduane na wie na opese yemfa emra wo dwumam o office ifie ya make it in you ebi a untimi ma restaurant ha me the very beautiful restaurant come and be training na mamahu se ba na se bia untimi emma ha emmedidia odia na se wa wo hwe pop pa o ma dia ye you designing come a beautiful place what ha e se what osra himem na udidie ne atop no what I say now ne agenkwa no yatomopono very beautiful. Now so wuntimi Muhammad didia the Abena see be deliver ma at your request delivery service at the baba into delivery service ni na no account. Now we be say Landima restaurant hemfa no one more so no hemfa or Crispo Junction Kaswa Crispo Junction into Udru Kaswa overhead, the main Kaswa overhead Oba no abetu Opekuma Junction. After Opekuma Junction, the next overhead, which is the second overhead, now one man or right, oh man or right, Bisobia se ope Landima restaurant. Landima restaurant enye yira kwan e wo kwan ho pe tifa ne say ufi Accra wo besia ko Winneba Cape Coast Takrade and beyond ubetima a stopover e wo ha ne we didi na ho ato kama eduane bia wo pe bia local dishes continental dishes ni na e wo ha the Landima restaurant no o ba ubetima from ahead of time so wo munye eduane we ensi ho ma nti wo ba ya na tese wo ye den wo ba be didi nyasa so wo mon so anase WhatsApp nso no both call and WhatsApp. What I say, open say, from now no makasa, and now open say WhatsApp oma nina kunya from 053 437 9721 Mississippi 053 437 9721 for the last 053 437 9721 nina no ubetimi afre at the same time so ubetimi aiden our sapom let us say one Landima restaurant for aiden to enkra na bibia no akoye kama great it was for ceremony tonight's show no Landima restaurant for any boys achidom no maybe biana akwa kama it said amaka no ufri Takrade Cape Coast Winneba whatever obesia akwa Accra but more do a branch time na ye den bedidi and also ufri Accra or heading towards Cape Coast and also heading towards Takrade or even beyond of course the ZODD and sana we see quite so na nyoma atuto but quickly before no Mamene, a well-known actress in this very republic, of course, Beverly, all of you, of course, currently in short, Menene Bedim Komo, she has something to do with this very edifice. Nonwabe Kasa Asana, Sana Femine, general manager and Edim Komo, who said the airport. So who all these personalities way on your screens, and of course also seeing them here. Let's just say a higher baby, ubeti maybe dima on because actress and actors, namely politicians, ni adina be didi waha. Bebanen krantie namne nkotokru fo namne hwa ye aduane ma omfufui egugusu anam de daso namne ade na eza adaji eni hase Beverly Hunsen. Me hoya pa great. Now a high ye see enche kra. Yes. Can one abakwasam kakra so far ever since we started to make more.
Landima restaurants, restaurants are annual local and continental. And EBNJ and one more can I say?
That's right.
And the major thing was in it. A dining cook room, baby, fair. Thinking, say, hey, we didn't need to be around who the way fair. Me who else, but Uber local on net Adriane 5 cities, 10 cities. Abro so 15 cities.
I see.
I'm woman.
I see.
Adriane one listener and one over to Zafi, Wachi, white rice, your love, a mutual bank, tilapia, bibia or na continental hand so maybe. And dear, say me who they make her. Bibia can say I'm crying but they are all amazing foods. And I never for your chef, your chef from a 5-star hotel. Intimate and you all know and Kwaka. So at the end of the day, still never for.
I see.
So Pepper has a new continental maybe a beef sauce and beef for 60 Ghana cedis. And I say,
good. Most often, Tayane be who so said the Osha restaurant said the ya horne a hofany at the net. And also, I say, no, maybe an a bed wedding. And see that a putting crofo off near the. Do we have situation like this here?
Just like I said, the boyfriend.
So, and says, oh, my Hana deface now. Okay.
Remove the show, and you're very welcome.
I see. Good one. Beverly na yenene din common in a jiff, of course. So if you have all these personalities on your screens and also could make their way here, now maybe did you can, of course, your guests will be as good as mine. Actresses and actors also would find their way here. No maybe did politicians, everybody. Maybe kama Kwaku Annan munim meso minidi basabasa, but nedia hani butu are just here kanyan sawa ye kana sa no nature say once we are welcome. Bombodiana make way ewaha na che se wokɔ oba no anampo se wo fie na wo mpɛ sɛ obi pie no ɛno sɛ wobɛyɛ order woyɛ order no so delivery service wɔ numbers namde etu dwa no wafrɛ anapa ewia emre womeni na kama edem
obi person dey have party
so it means that how bet my party wa ha any wedding programs near there all those na events in na sanso event center wait me aba be na kama na kwe mene manager no hwa na ebedi nkomo in a jiffy the way who said there any mesite Beverly medal was a good one. Currently on the screens, manager and manager and Bernard Hazel. Is it Hazel?
Yes, please.
Hazel, they are nice a fancy life. They are not.
Actually, no.
From where?
From Madam.
Oh,
but part of my mom is from that.
Bernard Hazel. Bernard, they are not one man. This is what come. God, on no in charge my Landima restaurant. To say yeah, local foods ni nyoma be made in can catch up. But here because aha ene baba yedi efufuo bebo na ye edwuma na kama ede abrel na no so kire se yedi nkan ahwe se dia hatie ene ya ba ha bibie aduane o mu ye nyina no the quality and food no se dia tie no eno nti ena me no kan yo se bia we make you way both se wo kɔ oba ni na no e ya ha ena obedidi ma ho ato local dishes ni na bibia wa but me ma Bernard Abena na jifi na yedi sa encommendation the Bernard Ghana speaks.
Thank you, sir.
Great. Now, you be high and chair. It's been how many days, weeks, months?
Just Saturday.
Just Saturday.
Yes, we opened the restaurant on Saturday.
Wow. Yes. Good. So give us a sense of arrangements over here, your food preparations and what you do and all of that, both local, continental.
Okay, so we have the local restaurant downstairs and we have the continental and restaurant upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Down, up. Okay.
Yes. Down. With a local restaurant, you can get as low as 5 C's. With the continental dishes, when we talk about jollof rice, assorted rice, French fries, vegetable rice, and sauces, you can get as cheap as 45 C's, 35 C's, 60 C's. They are very, very, very affordable. And one thing I would like to say is, it took us about 2 months to go through the quality control processes. When you study how to run restaurants, you realize that before any food comes out, we have the tasting officers that they taste the meals to make sure that they are healthy. So one of the things that we look at is to serve healthy dishes. So we pay attention to details. Every single thing that you eat here, know that is healthy and very affordable. So one of the things that we are looking at is to serve people with the quality and affordable. Yes.
Great. Serve people, quality and affordable. But again, it begs the question, who are your targets? Are you, which kind of people are you targeting?
Every single person who is able to afford. We are not looking at the elite. We are looking at everyone. It's open to all. But we also have packages for people who want to have parties, who want to have certain small engagements here and there.
Oh, so this place also serves as a event center, correct?
Yes,
I see. So you can host your wedding, what do you call it, lunch and all of those engagements and everything.
And we're also looking at serving the banks, the corporate institutions. So if you're listening to me and you want us to come and serve your edifice, we are available to serve you at any time.
I see. So what about delivery service? How is that also done?
Our delivery service is the fastest delivery service that we can.
So for example, like a family of say 5 people, we are at home. We don't want to cook at home. So we want Landima restaurant to serve the family at home for say dinner. Can that be done?
Yes, that's possible. And the delivery service is as low as 30 cedis, 50 cedis, wherever you want, we deliver at that space.
Oh, I see.
So we do all that arrangement.
Oh, okay, good. Give us the location where we are and then also how accessible it is to this place.
So the location is at Kaswa Crispo Junction. If you want our contacts, it's 053 437 9721.
Again.
053 43 79 721.
Good. And the location is Crespo Junction.
Okay.
That's right from the overhead, castle overhead.
The first thing on the right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the time you are open for moment.
What time do you open?
So we
this place?
We open exactly at 11:30 to 10 p.m. from Monday to Sunday.
Monday to Sunday.
Monday to Sunday.
Oh,
Sunday.
you run 24/7.
24/7. Yeah.
Okay. And the time is
11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I see.
To 10 p.m.
So does it does appear you can't take breakfast here, because 11:30 then you've gone past your breakfast.
Okay, so because we just opened the restaurant, we are trying to survey the environment.
Oh, okay.
So very soon we will introduce breakfast, introduce buffet settings and all that. So we're just taking it one at a time. So we'll introduce all that very soon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It sounds good. Well, for I'm say Muhammad to Masuma to Mr. Bibia Obiana so free Cape Coast. And I'm friends, yes, Takrade beyond Obersen Etrimu Wakra Aqua Wekase where they me doing cry and send me did there be. Yes, stop over Ewa Henfa Landima restaurant and over Crespo Junction so I say Bisobia Betro and our telephone number Neguasiano Nabomodia contact or moment to me and Ubedru Hanon Quadia Nadiana I ready into Unimwa just do the need for say from ahead of time and send a Udru Hase Ubedruno Nadiana I ready no did now Quanasa Mamasu Namodiaqua and we didn't be I them. Anina no Ubedru Hano. The piano, ebe kama so person ye pre-order na so Abena mo pre-order ni we na
pre-order. Oh, even if you come within 5 minutes your food will be ready.
Oh wow,
we don't take time at all.
I see. And on here no e come wo ya ntu bedru na woni suchi na ni so bidie e na wo de ba no so bedru ha no 5 minutes be pe na aduana ready na ma lift up na mo de ko nti busia and Nadia Ghana Speaks. We're coming to you live from this location here, Landima Restaurant, located at Crespo Junction here, Ewa Kaswaha. And I just say de broa aduane ho asem and ye ka ubedidi ubenom nani na akoye no ha and I recommend them. Stick and stay. Your bar Ghana Speaks will take off. Bernard, get that CP.
This is Hawk TV.
It's great folks, welcome back, and this is Ghana Speaks Tonight, and we are shooting from this very location here, of course, Landima Restaurant located at Crespo Junction here in Kaswa. Ahania de Ghana Speaks here, they have an exclusive edition and it's going to blow your mind tonight. Now, as you have already, or now say with him, Ghana Speaks Tonight, we bring you yet another exclusive edition, and in this episode, the minority group in Parliament, led by the minority leader and also a ranking member on the Finance Committee, Cecelia Addo, have launched an explosive attacks on the Central Bank with supporting documents revealing the bank's outrageous operational expenses in the year 2022. Ebusia, me assure so was what did that. Minority group are one more Parliament. Ede asemia beto a asemnemu odu pa na hia me no mienu aye wo memu se ye be asutie ye bie ye nini aso na ya hwe say what exactly na ekoso and how do we rescue, because zia no baby asem na mo ekonde na say the Central Bank ehia a rescue mission enu mu nsem na minority for no ede beto ho eye week ni mu say Ghana for now, the press conference further detailed with files revealing the bank's ineptitude, recklessness, and mismanagement led to a whooping sum of 131.6 million Ghana cedis spent on motor vehicle maintenance and running in 2022. Now, minority for no press conference, and krata bi pie mu a jomu gina so kan say bank na aye nhwehan bank no aye kan say edi agro emofrasem wo matwetwe ye sika no rough including say wo mo di sika aye whooping sum of 131.6 million Ghana cedis one more edi akoto talkers edi bi esiesie car just one must spend this kind, and they use words like recklessness and mismanagement. Ama say sk ayra wo mo kasa nani na press conference mu na no mo yeden wo mo this answer me to the Iran. The minority, however, have placed 21 days ultimatum to the governor, Ernest Kwaka Addo, plus some high-ranking officials at the central bank to resign immediately to pave way for further investigations in order to restore the bank's sinking credibility and integrity. Meanwhile, the minority for the Omasamno every say, as I say, bank ni titini aye ura. Ernest Kwaka Addo. On it na pam for no more bank no so no. Womo fo munuma ento ho no mu na mpie free womo events and offices no more empeda di mfa. Ade be nti no mbe sa akire se womo e the bank no ahwe fom. Womo ma bank no eluzu sika hodo bebre. Womo ma nyema basabasa e na ekoso e wo bank ho. Minority for nsam sen no mo ka no. The so one kasa uti na hu bebi a minority for no. E dey asemese. Take a lesson to them.
We in the NDC call for the resignation, immediate resignation of the governor of the central bank and his deputies within 21 days from today. We are resolved to embark on popular action to occupy the central bank and drive out the team of inept, callous, and criminally minded mismanagers of our finances to save the Bank of Ghana. We call on all of you that if the governor fails to act by resigning, you join us to march to occupy the Bank of Ghana in 21 days' time to force him out and to force his deputies out.
Great. Now, say, and a minority for Nansam, or Monituda, Abeye, Bija, Emma Maker, same as said, one Kasawati. Meanwhile, the Hawk TV have obtained copies of the allegations leveled against the central bank and its officials. And of course, we have to go through this document, shall we? Bank, you know, emunsem kwedu e de bo womo ene nioma eye makuma sen minority for ne dini na egu pono so minority for na che say kwan we so ene bank mpinimfo no atoto enioma sawa amesika bebrebe aiden ayira efri ho yensan so akasa document bi me ye behwe say document ne emunsem etese mamenko short break me ba then I present the minority for no allegations on more level against the bank in paying for no what to be sticker and stay. I'll be right back. Great, welcome back, folks, and of course, a Bria Yidri is a presented document, you know, Namu said here, is here now. So, Ocean documents here, me now, Ocean with screen is now. I said Bank of Ghana outrageous operational expenses 2022. Now, what much as almost say expenses, foreign and domestic travels, you know, and minority for the two, that's it. Ocean acquaint to bank ni mumpeni for 82 within Ghana and outside Ghana. Sika bank na area no 97.4 million. 94.4 million. Now ni no what they call old cities ni mo a wo mo chire mu say 974 billion na CSK area. Afi omo ba motor vehicle maintenance and running. Nature say Casa Bank of Ghana for atoto any casa hodo and so many core repairs say yen repair mom and no susu could see a boss saying 131.6 million 131.6 million what the ba old cities more a 1.316 trillion 1.316 trillion sika and the bank can spend no now. Banking supervision expenses, not just a Bank of Ghana, a Jumeku, one more, almost supervise bank no any other banks in Krabata or Moshe Bank of Ghana no woman so abokebiego a kabam say kano 357.9 million what they call titiskanma a 3.579 trillion saying 3.579 trillion is mudu pa afi omoto as a director's remuneration not just say bank ni mumpeni for sika ye de share omonsa bi ni ade allowances ni ade says can also so bank ni spend saying 8.6 million Ghana cedis 8.6 million Ghana what they call all cedis 86 billion now communication expenses just say nkomodie a bank ni didi dinim ni ade na and also bank ni spend 32 million all cedis na 320 billion and almost spend computer related expenses computers a bank and atoton also and also 67.9 million Ghana cedis what about OECD 679 billion afi oba another year Bank of Ghana and AC headquarters no musine and you have to the BOG's recklessness and mismanagement in pictures now I had almost say a whooping 131.6 million was spent on motor vehicles maintenance within Kaya Kamwasamacho in 2022, according to the BOG's annual report and financial statement. Minority for ne can just say, "Womo captures our report we every Bank of Ghana for Nankasa a report mu and a trese sabi EP by." Then another report on some minority for the two piano. The BOG's recklessness and mismanagement and Omukoti for him also the BOG engaged in illegal and criminal financing of government printing of money to the tune of 77 billion Ghana cedis ehubao the hands of Mopacha say Bank of Ghana governor Kwamena Yedu Addison any impending for ne aban no kabo mu e prenti sika bi e de begu system no mu sika ban ya almost say na 77 billion Ghana cedis now as part of the domestic debt exchange program government has given the BOG a crude haircut of 48.4 billion that is a half of government total indebtedness to BOG not just a OSHA debt exchange program now no Bank of Ghana so ya momoden haircut na say haircut no musika bi ye dris ka ne bisusu egu eno no koye 48.4 billion Ghana cedis na during the way no domestic DD Bank of Ghana we must side way to draft Bank of Ghana's recklessness no eno so declared BOG no it declare a loss of 60.8 billion in the year 2022. This amount is equivalent to $6 billion US, about twice the recent $3 billion IMF bailout. Let us say 60.8 billion yeah, and Bank of Ghana actually say woma ayirani. Omo pacha say eyira ya kwan benswa eyinkuta hodie bi a anko yie ena ma SK ayira every Bank of Ghana ho. Na no na minority for na chire mu say o hwe mu a let us say a car analysis bosia ye kobo free IMF no it is almost half says it can half because IMF sika no can say 3 billion and it's a 60.8 billion or equivalent of $6 billion of course mathematically and that's the half of say sika no and this is Ghana Speaks. Take and stay. I make a short break. Then Ubehu say, a lot more now. I'll be right back.
This is Hawk TV.
Great, welcome back. This is Ghana Speaks special edition on the minority for a press conference asking the governor of Bank of Ghana, Ernest Kwamena Yedu Addison, together with his top officials at the bank to walk out of the door. Now, the reasons what is perceived to be recklessness, mismanagement of the central bank funds are Akoye and Sempino and Kawasam. Now, minority for us to us what has said. The BOG flouted its own law Act 2002, Act 612, and Amendments Act 2016. Act 918, which requires the governor to notify Parliament where advance to government exceed 5% of the previous fiscal year's total revenue. That's what I say. The minority for ne pack or paper we money say. A quebi swono, a year governor no say abino expendi nisika. Me feed the abino a quite say no here na ohia federal sikebi ede ayene juma. Bank of Ghana governor no any right to say obeti abino no wa plenty sika dia mom. The mo patch say maybe a share Bank of Ghana say as a so move back to Parliament quickly. Number Parliament amanye. Na no mo chire mo say samra no ye no 2002 any be amende samra no 2016 Act be Act 12 na Act 612 sa Act 612 no and a chere say ya amende no 2016 me benya Act 918. Act 918 na require government of Ghana to notify Parliament. Minority for no chere say ever since Sadi ACA abiding here additional funds no governor no ama mebo Parliament amane and on wire then or share no and okokwe den okọ plenty say CK ni na be issues wa now womo etwa so bi mu has the bank also has a negative equity position of negative debenya equity position of 55.1 billion Ghana cedis. What this simply means is that BOG is equivalent, is insolvent and bankrupt and requires urgent recapitalization. Let us say Bank of Ghana no baby omudi ye kono afidie bank no sika nyina no asa. Let us say we may declare bank no insolvent and bankrupt. As you see here recapitalization. Recapitalization it just says say afi more great rake sia Bank of Ghana debate me I do omuduma the way you kofa. Now, utie expert voni bia wo mo kire say answer na Bank of Ghana benya ne nice region no it will take us a little above 3 decades or maybe exactly 3 decades. Now it's a decade nature say 10 years miensa wo iranom 10 years mako yensa e na oman ebetimi nya ne tampa pay for Bank of Ghana. Now sa na assemblity ana bushafo this very harrowing or if you like explosive picture we are yede chiram no say oh my Ghana ye as of about some couple of months ago not just say oh check it on my way the sika aka e we futu me betimi di edidwa akoto to fuel ne ade ba let us say kuma bi o e kuma bi na enu no ye bisa say ni na no be bi ginen o man ye betimi akoyi nim sen na wo moto aso hanso say remuneration for directors of BOG cost the suffering taxpayer a whooping 8.6 million in 2022 alone. That is sir remuneration we bank ni mumpenny for one more tehon. If you trace can mo be to trade obi to trade man ho we trade ni to be to trade man ho. And no and na koma sa ka we minu mienu ye betua sika sen 8.6 million with the quantity billions. Me am senior don't go can say billions. Na we saka we at the house Bank of Ghana been for HSS Kayedi. Sana Sametiana. Well, we share last 1 year minority 42 there. I'm fanchem Banina Beba. Not just a woo moi. Ahano Addison Ujinaha no Kute Fidiana Woka. Kwame Addison and Ujano. And ukuta machine and a house Papa His Excellency Kwaka Annan and we see Hano and I'll say I say print cash and on also catch up president so say you will break the central bank or so bebu central bank bebu and I will get a handswa and nipa mienu bi gya na almost say extra for my digitalization and I say baumiane finance ministers in the sa corner hono women abre papa these are the issues just air panning up na in some no very serious now ye fon ko ye ni mo meanwhile the Hawk TV have obtained copies of allegations we na yede ato hono kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ ade a Bank of Ghana mpanyinfoɔ ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ den ɛba ɛbɛbɛyi ɔmo ano wɔ saa allegations we. In a related development, the central bank in a swift response have issued a statement and deems it necessary to provide clarity on the issue and set the record straight. The Hawk TV again has obtained copies of the bank statement. Now, bank ni mumpeni mfonso tie no. Womu hunse no asemi se die sitie no. Enye ne kresa. Yes, sikebi akokɔ, sikebi atoto fam. But bank mpenifo ne hunse no. So mo trawa ye nhwehan sa no a. Minority for no ebeke kansem bi asansem no. Entasum ne bebre na so ye hudo hradasem. Yes, of course they agree say sikebi some money has been spent. But the question says sika no must spend no. Have they spent the money because womu di keke anase womu di den? Bank of Ghana for so and transfer womu so issue a statement and we have a copy of that statement. Yemra na yemekan emu asem enfama but stick and stay because short break me back. Bank of Ghana statement no ye the better drama. I'll be right back.
This is Hawk TV.
Welcome back. Of course, this is Ghana Speaks, and we are here to give you the Bank of Ghana's swift, sharp response from the Ebae. Now, Bank of Ghana for no super so much say, in all of these allegations leveled against them by the minority for no and the yes, of course, they agree. Say CKB akoko baby near the expenses be but still 10 out say ni nano intime enye and a cressa into Bank of Ghana funds so make attempt this one the response but just the following day no na Bank of Ghana so response number we have a copy here, shall we? Now say Bank of Ghana's response to allegation by minority ranking member of Finance Committee in Parliament on printing of money to support the budget. Now yankin kind. Also Bank of Ghana's attention has been drawn to an interview granted by the minority ranking member on the Finance Committee in Parliament. Honorable Cecelia to force an legend that Bank of Ghana has printed an amount of 22.04 billion Ghana cedis to finance government's budget without parliamentary approval. His reaction was in response to the 2022 Media Fiscal Policy Review, which was presented to Parliament by the Minister of Finance on Monday, July 25th, 2022. In Appendix 2A of the Media Fiscal Policy Review document, and the financing out of the total financing of 28.12 billion Ghana cedis, an amount of 22.04 billion was captured under BOG. Now, Tihao, I said this is the amount being referred to by the ranking member as BOG's printing of currency to support the budget. Bank of Ghana deems it necessary to provide clarity on the issue and to set the record straight. The amount of 22.04 billion Ghana cedis represent net claims on government and not new currency printed to support the government's budget. Tihaye, ose sa amount we ose represent net claims on government and not new currency printed to support the government's budget. The net claims of 22.04 billion was the following 4 components and no breaking with the Assad Sikawi Adia Wamode Kokoye. Now, government of Ghana stocks and bonds sold by commercial banks to Bank of Ghana under purchase agreements by which banks routinely manage their liquidity positions. 2. IMF CDR allocation disbursed to government through Bank of Ghana. 3. Drawdown of government's own deposits held with Bank of Ghana. 4. Negative balance on government accounts with Bank of Ghana at a point in time and self-liquidated as new government deposits accredited to the account. And Yaman Naiwe and it says Kano a day Yomodi Wedruma. Now, Omoto as well as first, there is an amount of 1.6 billion Ghana cedis which reflect government of Ghana stocks and bonds sold by commercial banks to Bank of Ghana under repurchase agreements. These bonds held by commercial banks since 2021 were purchased by Bank of Ghana to provide liquidity to the bank. Under a purchase agreement, required the bank to buy back these bonds at a later date. There is a government Assin bonds we ebium. Having purchased these bonds on the secondary markets as a secondary transaction, Bank of Ghana's holdings of Government of Ghana bonds increased by 1.6 billion Ghana cedis, not because it had lent money to government, but because it had purchased a Government of Ghana bond originally purchased by the Bank for investment purposes. As part of its function of providing liquidity to the banking sector, Bank of Ghana routinely enters into similar agreements, repos and reverse repos, with commercial banks that hold government bonds and require liquidity to meet short-term obligations. Also, these arrangements do not represent lending to government by Bank of Ghana. The proceeds of bonds purchased from banks go to those banks and not to the government. Once Bank of Ghana purchases said bonds from banks, it holds them until maturity of the bonds unless they are purchased by the banks. Second, 6.2 billion Ghana cedis of the amount reflect on lending of IMF's SDR resources to government, in line with the overall objective of the special CDR operation by the IMF. IMF resources are usually meant for balance or payment support. It goes directly to the central banks. However, in this particular instance, the special CDR allocation by the IMF was designed to provide budget support to countries to help address issues related to the COVID-19 pandemic. Last year, Bank of Ghana received additional SDR allocation of SDR 707.3 million to $1 billion in line with the broader objectives of the special CDR allocations. The Bank of Ghana lends the additional resources to the government. This was approved by Parliament in the year 2022 budget presentation. The amount of SDRs so far extended to the budget amounts to 6.2 billion Ghana cedis. In addition, an amount of 2.85 billion Ghana cedis reflects a drawn down on government's own deposits held with the Bank of Ghana. These include statutory funds such as the GET Fund, National Health Insurance, District Assembly Common Fund, and the Sinking Fund. Also included are donor-related funds, as well as the ministries, departments, and agencies, MDA's operational accounts with Bank of Ghana. The residual amounts of 11.4 billion Ghana cedis included in the 22.4 billion Ghana cedis represents an overdrawn balance on government's treasury main account held with Bank of Ghana as of the reporting date. Overdraft of this nature occur from time to time as the auction system has been designed to ensure same-day settlement of maturities and interest payments once the auction is concluded. This guarantee of same-day settlements of maturities and interest payment, which has always been part of the auction system, has underpinning the development of the local currency bond market. With such guarantee on occasions when the last page, when there have been uncovered auctions. There have been uncovered auctions, maturities are automatically settled, and then a reconciliation is done with government. Incoming government cash deposit are then used automatically to liquidate such overdrawn balance on a rolling and continuous basis. The current gap of 11.4 billion Ghana cedis reflects the net amount of the gap at the end of June 2022. This balance is cleared regularly. Any outstanding balance has to be cleared by the end of the year. Bank of Ghana would like to assure the public that in carrying out its functions as banker to government, it is committed to complying fully with all relevant legal requirements. Bank of Ghana's operations are constantly guided by the requirements of the Bank of Ghana Act. 2002 Act 612 as amended, as indicated in the minister's speech, should the need arise for emergency financing by Bank of Ghana in line with Bank of Ghana Acts, Bank of Ghana, as was done in the case of COVID-19 bond of 2020, will follow the processes prescribed by the Act. Womochro Akrataa way 26th of July 2022, when a Sandra Thompson, Miss Secretary to the bank, and Womochro Akrataa way for into way any in someone and no ebe PPM ni no ebetimi akase ede enyoma ede ekoya e show bank in response. Stick and stay, the cost short break me bar. There will be more documents yet will be go through as far as bank in response air concerned. I'll be right back. Great, welcome back. This is Ghana Speaks, brought to you by the Hawk Investigations PI. Of course, waiting at contact for them to help you in undercover investigations. Of course, uproot all syndicated criminals, any group of people who are taking your products and producing counterfeits or any other stuff. The Hawk Investigations PI would assist you. Contact them on 020-784-1980 number assistant. Now, Bank of Ghana saga no any no egusu aye can't of course, just gone past more response back one nevertheless, the bank went further with more clarity on specific allegations against its operation, i.e. operational expenses, cost of multi-purpose new headquarters of the bank, plus 60.8 billion Ghana cedis, which reported loss to the state. And we have copies of these specific allegations Bank of Ghana for number responded, shall we? Now, what allegations now your level against bank now twice so SI ebe yini na no mako and also can copies one they can say response to Parliament's minority group of Bank of Ghana's 2022 published annual report and a financial statement. No. Or the shall say or say foreign and domestic travel expenses. America medin kind minority furniture. Let's just say minority furniture say according to a bank minimum pay for it to memo any amount is it's be brave. But bank no ebe no say I know ye near there. Now I'm say like other expenditure lines, the foreign and domestic travel reflects sharply the exchange rates and inflation effect, and not necessarily increased number of travels. The supervision staff travel to visit every single regulated institution and their branches, spread all over the country at least once a year. This is a huge operation and a care function of the bank, which constitutes a significant expenditure line of the bank's operations. In addition, the Bank of Ghana takes continuous professional development seriously to maintain the standards required of a modern central bank. Now, more patches say, and yes, bia omote hokwa. The bank nature say every year bia no bank no mumpenu for a routine movement. Wamoko Bank of Ghana and Kwabata ewo memu heina because every region bia no Bank of Ghana ewo and Kwabata oho. Into omuchinchi omina so ehwe de ekoso bank na so across the regional capitals. Any amanoni baby say no so omuchinchi ni na no so mo kwa iska enom beko baby so mo fa plane baby so mo de car say ko wo ma allowances ni ade ni na so mo se yenkai ni hwe no so say iska we na so no it's been affected by the exchange rate, in the financial canon or corner be a money be $5,000 exchange rate they could do saying what the bus this month now now external directors expenses. Let us say external directors almost so any Ghana ha Omubuama bank ni dwumedie no ekoye no, and also omo say this expenditure line is made up of logistics to run the board secretariat, board training, and external directors fees. They were all heavily affected by the inflation and exchange rates movement during the year. That is almost yes, almost to this keke. Ni no a requirement as say sikano yede mom, and also it is affected by exchange rates no. And it's and your money and on response to Parliament's Venezuelan report on financial statements. Now it says some specific examples and how these developments impacted the bank's operations. Over communication expenses, bank the major item under communication is electronic data transmission charges, including the Reuters and Bloomberg platforms, which support our reserve management and management of petroleum funds as well as currency and exchange rates, constituted about 57.4% of the total communication cost. This was followed by the publications and gazettes, 15% advertisement, 10% newspapers local, 0.75%, and newspapers foreign, 0.46%. Now, also more communication expense na minority for no bomb kwedu. See a bomb kwedu comes as a result of say Oshe bank no publications are one more a year. It was a news report news platform which is a Bloomberg. And on a Bank of Ghana at the name be bree more publish it more. At the same time, so Reuters almost you kesia almost a publishing news. And now on the Bank of Ghana just say one more day publications be kwa umutiesi kapapa who share exchange rate ni krana a woman constitute about 57.4% to total communication cost no. And publications and gazette and they say about 15% advertisement to say a dozen and about computer expenses the bank need to say the jump in computer expenses is mainly the result of the bank's assets replacement policy, which was implemented in 2022, where most of the desktop computers were replaced with laptops. This is in line with the bank's business continuity policy following lessons learned from the COVID-19 pandemic to allow for flexible working arrangements. In addition, all these hardwares and software licenses purchased were in US dollars and exchange rate depreciation. The upper chain and say computers or mukoto to answer na minority for ne bomb kwe say and also ne boarding. Their bank nature say enye ne bo and a yedin. Nemum wo masesa wo mo desktops ni na dia total laptops ni ade ade a ni na so na exchange rate no and a yedin. Omo ehwe a omo de etotosa. Stick and stay. I'll be right back and then we continue. Welcome back. This is Ghana Speaks Tonight, and we are live from this very location here, and we are live at Landima Restaurant located at Crestport Junction here in Kaswa, bringing you all the perspectives and the backclashes, and of course an exclusive report put out by the minority for about bank, Central Bank, Assin K2 Fast. Now, documents we are to Gani now, every Bank of Ghana, actually, we want to present every side, every corner to our listeners and our viewers. And we'll be their airport. Say, in some young cabin shape, young babies in Cecelia. Now, about vehicle maintenance, Bank of Ghana almost say firstly, the vehicle maintenance expenses line is a generic name for expenses covering fuel cost for all Bank of Ghana's operations. That's it. Fuel expenses, operations are bank cannot air like all over the regions. So Bank of Ghana all the regional capitals. Until what they are trying to say is that regions in cars and driver motors was given the scale of the bank's operations, ensuring that the currency is distributed to every corner of the country to ensure seamless medium of exchange for our legal tenor. The city, such as the cost, is a major line in our operations, and any such changes would lead to a huge jump. But in some yes, omo to hono omo diska keke na emom omo de sika ekọ omane empeso so de bia no a ni na na custom oba be the background to large jumps in key expenditure lines. And also omo say comparing 2022 financial performance with 2021 without taking cognizance of the economic situation in the country is misleading. The year 2022 was the peak of economic and social crisis in Ghana, a culmination of fiscal overruns and debt distress resulted in Ghana losing access to both international and domestic. So Bank of Ghana was then over the new Bank of Ghana headquarters. And assembly says the brain says the Bank of Ghana Sabriwi Mobabesi headquarters and air cost your minor $200 million. Of course, this is very explosive. This covers a lot of backlashes as to how the bank responds. Documents, my main encourage quickly. Quite fast, bank and justify $200 million now. Yeah, but a structural integrity assessment conducted by the BOG revealed that the current BOG head office building, built by Nkrumah government in the early 60s, is no longer fit for purpose and could not stand any major earth tremors. Yomopa chen is Bank of Ghana is here. Daya one mutimono. A dino I out mode. A biom omopa chen say a Nkrumah days ni sees our dine. Into who she said Dana bre. A moon na dear ni nano. I then and kuyi. Into fane say who she the Bank of Ghana was is here now. At the earthquake so belt no so when him chart no earthquake chart no if free all over central regional na at the Abefa Kaswa Hasi from Kaswa near the Abefa McCarthy Hill near the Akofa National Theatre from National Theatre all the way Abefa the Central District Capital Accra. Bank of Ghana at the super pepe and send the Kura National Theatre from National Theatre near the Bira Rage Hospital who at the Akofa Kaneno Sankara overhead. Now Dearben interchange, near the Akofa and 37 was to somewhere cantonment or Saad Yakupium or Tetequashiran about all the way to Eastern region. But again and again, folks, Osha earthquake belts, not just say the nation's young cancer sensitive installations and a CISA belt Nina earthquake as it grows. By and large, it can then metamorphose into proper earthquake and Bank of Ghana. I tend to agree that there's a need to build another Bank of Ghana. If Yaya assessment then there's a need. Now, again, may I also say I've also done some checks about Bank of Ghana new building or Musino. Now, Osha Bank of Ghana new building or Musino, and they compare other banks, other installations or issue headquarters are relatively, we can say it's a Bank of Ghana there from too much of it. Now I'm saying the outcome of the structural integrity work was that the main building does not satisfy the full complement of excess strength requires for a building to be considered safe for usage. Let's just say Nino, maybe a Bank of Ghana way ACCCano. So Moka so much that could pay SMKC ABC. My main kind bank in the last paper and or say on the issue of waiver or write-offs without recourse to Parliament as per section 53 clause 1 2 of the PFM Act. Not just say one but say bank no release skebia say sika no so one more anje permission free parliament or and release sika no na no mo trim say firstly the BOG's understanding is that the Minister of Finance in his 2023 budget statement, which was approved by Parliament, had the policy of debt restructuring as a key policy initiative. Any further discussion on parliamentary approval beyond what was approved in the 2023 budget would be handled by the Minister of Finance. Secondly, beyond the parliamentary approval, the IFRS accounting standard, which requires the full implementation of the expected credit loss (ECL), meant that the mere announcement of the government of a debt restructuring would trigger ECL. Now, the Omuking na say, ahano womunum believe omu approval. So long as a minister no ono sanahe no ono na Bank of Ghana esi ne naiso. And it is a minister no so akọ parliament. Na wakọ kana seminar wakọ bonu nkro ha. Omu hu sentia as say omu as a bank. Omu cyber parliament ebedi nkomo say fa Assin because omu did say minister no na yom kasa manfo Iran. This is how this whole matter is beginning to pan out and it's beginning to look like. Now a bit Ninano ye say for further and better particulars coming from the bank or the minority for no before 21 days ultimatum on the best saying and Assin Kwaku with the Bank of Ghana governor no Kwame you do Addison and then impeding for no would walk out and now say minority for no ebetin say it will say these are all administrative yes the lapses may be there but who should be here say NTRCB ebeye eduma ewo ho emanioma atoto ye no these are other saying perspectives are bank no e dey abeto say I can come out. This is Ghana Speaks. My main short break me ba me fi aba be wrap up on this banking crisis. I'll be right back.
This is Hawk TV.
Okay, welcome back. This is Ghana Speaks, and of course, I'm bringing you a wrap up of today's edition. Of course, you know, it's been the banking crisis, and it's been all about whether or not some money has been misappropriated by, you know, the governor and his officials, whichever way that, you know, a lot of issues are really panning out. Of course, you know, we're also coming to you live from this very location here, and that's right there, the Landima restaurant. I'm taking my sip here, Uzubi Timi Abaha, Abe take up a drink, and I'll be to me Ababe do breakfast or lunch or dinner, everything. You can see these beautiful girls also hanging here. What are they doing? They are here to serve you and I all about food, all about what you need to take into your stomach. And now, you wrap it up. A banking expert and also an economist, Dr. Ekuonaba, had spoken to the Hawk TV. He described the news by the hour about the central bank as very disturbing and troubling. He called on the officials of the bank to be more prudent and circumspect in their financial management of the central bank. Many opinions been so ekasai, Dr. Ekuonaba, or a banking expert and also a financial consultant about issues now ora Ekuonaba Emma yeti asese bank no ohwe news a free ho airbar and I said Bonibeka said the news by the hour hitting the airspace ade enkoyie o ma yeti asese say bank na ntoto kwan bi so anhwe emeyi anto yi a enioma ebetimi atoto asaram saying and a Dr. Ekuonaba eden sem no etuga. Take a listen to Dr. Ekuonaba.
Kwaka Annan is a banking expert and economist. Doc, you know Kwaba. I believe your attention has been drawn to this, Bulaha and this scaling explosive coming from the minority, asking the Governor of Bank of Ghana to resign, including some high-ranking banking officials to also go out of their office because of huge remunerations here. They are not money there. As a banking person, what sense do you make of this minority from the press conference and say, should we welcome it or just one of those noise out there?
Can I talk in tree?
Yes, what can it be? But they are waiting on next year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Material Mokika can Machine Bank of Ghana I've heard them all, Martina. The first thing is say say Utamubia. Said you see Pamero, our constitution article 1.3. And the science war a sound banking act.
Okay.
202-612 amended to 2016.
Yes, so I guess that you are referring to the Amendment Act 2016, Act 918, correct?
That one, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, so will say, a choir of us were the only looking upon war. I honestly say, Governor Friday, and Tamama a bit different. Deputy Nino say, misbehavior, incompetences. Charger or back or a charger because of the bonus. Indeed, several person a deal now, incompetences or what? And not the usual job course for anybody decided on that. Now, who procedure our constitution, so it shows about criminal autism, president's autism, or no, about panel, about constitute panel, including a judge of higher judicature, maybe a clinical judge, no apart one banker, no apart one economist. Now, what you say is we are near the report in the brain, and no, and a biomaker or Pamu, Manas or Pamu, and the only man, the name is anything we say. All action constitution and no market laws because so okay be a constitution each day is easy. Now for example you be video on China me if you say almost constitution and so everyone a constitution 183 article 183 and a sound banking for the no kind. So once you and more career then you need to get their acts ready, say they will go and possibly defend what they are saying.
I see. Given your expertise and what you know in the banking sector, we also read this that the bank has a negative equity position of 55.1 billion. What it simply means is that the BOJ is insolvent and bankruptcy, and of course requires urgent recapitalization. Do you reconcile this position as an expert in the banking sector?
Oh, I've done a macro paper. I've explained this. Now, and then, okay, I didn't because only a policy solvent. But the question is that you are part of a global central banking system in the world, and your credibility and your prestige matters a lot. Maybe you should Ghana there, a policy solvent, also now a monetary policy, when I lenders of last resort. But hope of say when they Fed, it means also. When they Bundestag, it's also. When they Bank of England, it's also. Now, all the country almost say, we need capital. Now, anybody know the best. So, also, only a niche banks now, we did the DNA banks now, the only banks live in Iowa, and the say a policy solvency. May migrate in Nakaka. And he said, once countries now, Matis or Mokikano, most of them lay exchange fluctuations and exchange losses. And I'm breaking right and afraid to do quantitative easing. Economy, almost at a support sector by sector, and amount of losses. In America, so maybe not foreign exchange and amount of losses. But okay, history more. Little Japan, Makaya, Makoto se ubia koye debt exchange. Amoka 55 billion, equivalent of maybe divided by 10 crowd, we have 10 crowd, we have 12. We're talking about 4.8 billion, which is far bigger than the money you got from IMF. If we say regulator no need capital, you go say a policy solvency. But the question is that Latin folk never that non-alphabet. No one claims what he hasn't got. Only capital. How does you talk about other institutions? To me, the central banking system, not saying the banking system. To us, we feel free point a serious issue, especially you can 3 billion. Now, converting Bank of Ghana, losses in our converter, over the time crowd at 4.8. Why did you go in and many the old tribute and also say, okay, and as a thing, and I'm saying public finances in England. A hint for now, because I share IMF document, let me refer it. 23/168 issued by IMF. It says bank government on capitalization with a technical support, technical support from IMF. And they said that IMF would say bank in insolvent. And our women so we are insolvent. No, because of 4 million or converting or the recapitalization. And these are questions that Ghanaians should be asking ourselves. So we can say where we are. And now one also can say retain profit. But first only 1.2. 1.2 not you. So would you buy the number of years and the capital now I lost now? It will take 42 years to bring the bank as it is. If our bank decided not to come here. And 42 years, and when would that Central Bank be? Indeed, now it took me we come over here, but in Susan, so they are not going to see a canvas, but if a finance money there, you will say, I said, no, I know it.
You see, Doc, there are 1 or 2 questions we are going to do, but quickly on top of my head, would you say as an expert, the central bank is losing its credibility and integrity in the banking system? Does that come across that? Straight away.
What will be policy credibility?
Great.
And I work on integrity and prestige. The American, the Central Bank of Nigeria and even out of the row. And you know the ground, only capital. And the serious issue. But the question, I think it's what I want to say.
Okay, because that's what I was saying. Yes.
What people say, then you could do that. And what you could do say, your bank of my overdraft, Komuma Banisika, 61 billion, and a bonds in the 16.1, Wakamuma, 76.6 billion. Now, I'm a full buyer, and my first report, no Kajase. If we banks in India, no central bank, no overdraft, no demand. When you haircut, numbers on numbers on, but when you haircut are the furniture, only a haircut 50%. And only $0.3 billion. Only a DDP this account and even a copy for and I lady also buy. The question probably President say, okay, you know, Bank of Ghana Act now, and no car once and now. You can't use a wouldn't get. Finance by more than 5% of your previous revenue. Okay. And if your previous revenue only 100 million, you're talking only 5%. Why would somebody finance over 70-something billion when he knows the law says you shouldn't do that? That is where I have my little question. Say, I'm running more. I didn't will be to me. Now, you want a to take a chance to say, come on, obey. So, the Woman Suspended Physical Responsibility Act 982, 2018. Yeah. We are trying to come up Parliament. But 2016, it's 2016. And the Muslim is a woman going. Now, being also the Morosadia, a workload. Oh, what it means is that one woman and I. Now, what means right now, and the order me a hammy pass, not Parliament now, I give a question of who safely women say. Anytime I didn't have a banner, and ran almost a run on once. Because one was some run once, now I hear saying me, nothing you put in school. What's the idea? I didn't know there. And yet, no parliament for one or watch it all. Uba individual Sikase, Central Bank Sikase, who can you go million? What the bank is 41.3 billion, and we 50 something, we hear something 48 billion. That is we're talking about close to 90 billion. 90 billion is about, not about 8 billion US dollars. I said, I mean, okay, maintain say, and I want to repeat, and I want somebody to correct me. Maintain say, Parliament, meeting your challenges, I didn't grab up an audio, this is what you're saying. And only the missing link in our Parliament, and I hope they will learn from this. She have a concept, she was economy, economy, GDP, the GDP, 1 point is that question always as a budget figures, and you know, calculating over French. Exactly. Because 1.6 now, when you have 1.5, and a World Bank document, I made my about July 19th. And the attorney, the other show on original criteria say economy, no, instead of 2.8. But will be a legislature now what's on in questions is when you miss now and yet as a parliament and yet because you know because all the question no go be clown for the other anyway. Yes, yes, and the thing is, I don't want family today. That is not much now. When we start to family today, now we are a practice to Sansuaba. And here we always on here. I know you're a mama. We are only at the other. I said, I have a father. The father will be seeing here of Faraba. You know, of Faraba. If it's a necessity, it's a necessity, any desire. Or see the desire, can we any mama? We can also go dignity. And I want Parliament who was as a Mr. Madia, Papa will be in some sort of saying, a bit saying, implication here. Nobody asked. Okay. Nobody asked. Doc, what's the matter? You know, you need appropriation here. So, man balance here, or man balance executive. The executive will choose to do so many things. Yeah. And when they do it, it goes against us all. Great. Doc, what's my guess here? Hello, Doc. Hello, no? Yeah. What's my business? I want to say, you said something a while ago about president haircut system. But I'm sure you and I also heard the president say some time ago in one of, I think if not the last address, his COVID address, stated, say, there shall never be a haircut anywhere. Now, the native will presuppose that the IMF conditionality is but when we say a haircut, people find the same. And you IMF will be a haircut. And it's a class 1 who see a care to bond, we started for bond. In a real sense, a haircut. Let me tell you, anybody who says it's not a haircut, so, see amount, bond, my example, 19.3% a bond, maturing in 2027. And how many is our bonding? And I just said, be 190, the amount, you are 5, you are 3, you are okay in album average. Interest, and that's only 9.2. Now, if you 19, ever. 9.2. Who matter? Who can between yourself? We're from Crown. An investment for them, any account in the finance, and the Canadian found broken. All my man of Ghana, you try your haircut, all bonds and system, you are restructuring and not counting on your losses. I'm saying I am a phone catch them say, the man of what soon our financial plan, accommodating finance now the job, and if you have been my own step one. I mean, your non-marketable instrument, and in Tiana, what is that brand new material or come marketable and non-marketable instrument? Marketable instrument in the bonds, non-marketable in the overdrafts, now accommodation finance, no manner. And then I am a voice that green camera, the candidate is 20 million, so 50%. But the haircut, media, but the office is the haircut. When we start financing, we are economists, we are accountants, we are actually in a we can't haircut. But soon I almost say, haircut no kind of for na you the offer no way it's a haircut it no be kind no me blame no when you lawyer in finance when you lawyer in finance don't wait yaka no can and can you can wish you na tiare na to baba no hold the case no yeah and can we because so me no plan here 20% na mo figures if 20% haircut can you see zoom as what you
you are a banking expert question says so be a bank penny now says can it say spend on why is it really must it cost for alarm for example say remuneration for directors of the BOG in a cost taxpayer and a whopping sum of 8.6 million Ghana cedis in 2022 alone. Is this an alarming figure? Should we be worried about this?
Who share governor no money na constitution the kind of constitution the emolument the friend emolument the salary ni na then you be about na India o ka say board there me and Fadi o mo there na board which is the non-executives o ma won here or in India obetini a question but in regions no say a cost say I say no for my question here because that is not friend a cost and then any so don't give me answers to that because the last year and this year last year 2022 shouldn't be too much about it but Mediana so I figure no yes so be about Mediana me Cecelia who go in the Pia and the pretty haircut I hope I are here for family.
Last one, make a sense of this. Was the BOG declared a loss of 60.8 billion in 2022? Amounts were equivalent to about $6 billion US. So.
Yes.
Which is that's twice the recent 3 billion equity free IMF. What is wrong with us?
Look 1428. I like that test. Also, why did they see Diana? All the saying and we have a car or a boat. That's why you need to see can I get one car. We have no best. Question is, you say, I want to say. You see, you crop. You contact us and you want money. Oh, almost we are honest. No, maybe we might be I know also. We are one of our best one of my PhD. But the question is that we now put on me. Modeling and I'm here in research. What can the Indiana figures be on between model outside you will see? Now, we can't go Gunjana. If we're bound to run for your friends, only a stress test, scenario test, fine. We have scenario test or stress test, now you usually make a money in here. Eventually, the losses that will come into the economy. It is all for your negotiations. First, there's always and here we have a good idea for so many people. We the idea a missing link. I will see them. Now I will be a pretty narrative. You can narrative as a pie, but when it comes to data science and quantitative modeling, we don't use it. But you be a and a bank and I say, but you say even how did they compute the GDP loss from me at Red Queen? Because but when it comes to the data and science, any analysis, it is a big challenge for us in this country. And this is why we now you know any kind how many people who now go say and we are with that. And you want to if we shall go phobia, we shall go phobia, no one go on, see a friend, can be a guilty. We are seeing a but at the end of it all, I am Camorino, and only Susan so, and I bet to Negana, I'm more my Ayatija, and this is a TV station. Professor Dickens says, I didn't have to you. He won't try. He did it 3 decades. And that's the guy economy between Agradaa.
3 decades. Yeah, I think that last let me monitor.
I said my account. You can ask me in November, see at the conversation. In here, I said me, but in name, you make okay, the whole world, food inflation. The whole world countries will bring Ghana to time. Food inflation. And then what you have inflation, you say how many most go for the trade. Or maybe inflation back home. Or maybe Ivory Coast 6%, Togo 8%. Even Nigeria is now 23%. So we are twice Nigerian inflation. Which is all countries say economy now boom more than Kenya. I mean, who the dear? Me a crowd would share economy no Kenya.
Anyway, Doc, you better ask for this very exciting. Martin, Doc. Yes.
Great, welcome back. All too soon, we've come your way with yet another, special edition of Ghana Speaks, and of course tonight we gave you all the perspectives about the banking crisis between the minority and the bank officials launch explosive attacks against the bank as to whether bank impending for resign or more resign. As we speak, it does appear quite clear that the officials of the bank will not, perhaps may not, and cannot resign anytime soon as the issues piling up, and of course it would also then be on the shelves there as a bank impending for a trust. Now one more training a year then a 2 year nina no what the totoa not just say nioma as I said it me 2 year Emma or main and somebody being APP sometime early this week in forum be taking place here ora kwadom pienimu na ora Dr. Tamaklu na no mo asem utie ora kwadom pienim ensama worka na kwadom pienim ma ya tie asese Bank of Ghana betimi atene the physical prudent events outlook na it will take on my way 3 decades 3 decades not just say 10 years o maku miensa and betimi ama omen the fiscal prudence economy ebetimi enya proper outlook. But is that how the issues look like? For us as a crew, for us as a television station, we believe that Ghana for as a see it in Zambia say ewa bank ni mumpeni for so as a so muti in Zambia say this is not the time one yedi baba ye can say konko sie ni di bank ni musika said ye pebia no much as a central bank na ebu esika ho ban nem ne ade they require references say I ohwe ye no a bank say wo amayama nya no asofa challenges bebre nim ne ade. It's true, but enye as the same say until none say until as I say Bank of Ghana to suffer challenge no ye omanya aha ye ni etwa esika etwa baby ne deba. And there is also what you call a prudence fiscal management a year as ye say ebetimi aboa ma omana akoye no yedini na na etoto ma ekoye ensam na yetes ni sika no a eyira ya ni sika no a ye spend no a quite the whole says yes spending. But then again, folks, betimi aka say be no very outrageous, and it's very important say bank impending for better animal sika ne dawson oshe 60.8 billion equivalent to saying $6 million loss. Let us say no emu half ena mo amobeti a dede yo a ye wo memu ha ye kwaje IMF sika 3 billion dia bana a half of it ne kwaje ba. But then see to your financial year I cannot believe that we may not have even gone for sa bank fence IMF say sika we IMF we o my almost as a bonsamfo odo o my to say abirwa no odo nsa kwato na eduane Diana say we dey IMF for ma sika kai hu national to say they come at the back of this to take over your nation's resources. Again, they are also part of establishing what you call the corporate puppet government. All the military coups are both North, South, East, and West Africa. IMF for Shishemubi. I'm telling you guys on some of these ways and ye joko. Me say one more Shishemubi. And the reason military coups is also the means to take over the resources of those nations in Africa. See a can ne crowd or mind to say Nigeria and then Nigeria it sounds like the global resources like uranium. 7% of uranium production on the world market, if we hear for Niger, ɔman te sɛ France nko a ɛte saa uranium yi so ɛna ɔde produce the electricity na ɔtɔn ama neighboring nations. Now an average Nigerian cannot even live on $1 a day. Why should this happen in Africa? And why must we allow this to pan on the continent Africa? These are the mind-boggling issues we need to look at. When a basic assembly your this program was brought to you by the Hawk Investigations PI. Programming abroad, and of course we're also coming to you live from this very location, Ladima restaurant. I bomodiana contact contact numbers in screen, so contact Ladima restaurant for free Takrade Cape Coast Ebesiako Eprim Wakra Bomodiana make a stopover now no money then entonsa na ubedi breakfast or lunch and now dinner free Cape Coast so Ebesiako first, if you are Ebesiako, Cape Coast, Takrade, and beyond, and so wait me stop you over. Now no more atons with the deal. Come normal show bibia. I come. They are located at the fence Crespo Junction, Ewo Kaswa, and Sana Wikumako. A quino hope Didi, Nebi Biano, Enkoye, and Fema, Nina, and Tutu. Open so more a bob no edi piano ebrel fie a lunch a dinner or man come a delivery service war. And now put say open say they have no events, party, weddings, events, whatever. Bibia quite at the house of mema wababe yeni na wa hase no we twist kake to manema atoto yem. BTech for no boama waton and I say with me at the tracking systems at the abubu few schools and now put a car or commercial cars and private cars for me the baby open laptops at all open computer accessories electronic accessories via including consultants being your man BTech Corporation for being in Nama BTech Corporation for no ebe Joso I was 054 297 8514 and 050 5714871. Mrs. Bio 0542 297 8514 and 050 5714871. Data Corporation for Ebebwao Emani Nano Akoye at the amount. Hawk Investigations was channel so Mesremo Unya Radio men friend naman why radio black no wow. Hawk Investigation for also a documentaries at the same time events never be brave na ka ho ni na no ye bebo channel say Sunday ubenya Air Force 2 and so after Air Force 2 so back scenes of what we do our Ghana speaks no and then so mu yi mu nsem keten aboabo no near the abrewo Air Force 2 no wetimi ahwe ebusa me do be see am at the same time we come your way channel say open say Hawk TV yeba ebeye program ewo ho a na yebe carry production if you am ubetimi afre Hawk TV no ofre Hawk TV no a number na go na 020-748-1980 no a yebeba ebe shoot production if you ebetimi our residence ebetimi our shop ebetimi our restaurant anywhere you believe say we have to come and shoot a program and also advertise whatever it is yebe ni na last week mobile crap you call baby and also about a number of companies the advertisement. Today we are here at Ladima restaurant for and you do more normal about the program channels at the same time we come your way no the exclusive discussions of the new patriotic party one more upcoming super delegates conference analysis back to back Saturday which will be the very day one more air couples Kwaku elected 5 candidates now one better it is our exclusive analysis the bedroom waiting here of course never signing up the beautiful lady see and I'm normal is here yes I say who be no be to be and I'm near the old him and say me I'm drinking is here I'll wait now have a join them and knowing a very good cocktail it take it up almost almost what her yo Come on. At the same time, we come your way a Saturday special edition of the Super Delegate Conference or Congress of the New Patriotic Party. I am Kwaku Annan, and I say to you, bye. Have a pleasure.
Kiramana tichen. Hina kwacheno. Kwekwe. Utuntutu. Awa.